Hi everyone. Welcome back to Didi Under Budget. I'm Didi. I'm a 27-year-old South African cash stuffer. And on this channel, we do budgeting, cash stuffing, sinking funds, savings challenges when we have the extra money to do so, and we also do some debt tracking. And on this video, we will be doing some sinking funds and some debt tracking for the third quarter of the year. If you want to know what has been going on, how far we are on this journey, stay tuned. I'm going to start off with our savings and sinking funds tracker. In my I believe it was my budget video, my first budget video, the July budget video, I did show you guys that I did tell you guys or share with you that I was going to visit Zimbabwe with my boyfriend, his hometown, and we had saved up some money for that. But I also revealed in a couple of other videos that came after that because life had happened, we had decided that, you know what, let's not do it anymore. And we both took our each one took their half of the money. So starting off with the trip to Zim, we had about 12,800 rand and my half was 6,000. So from my half of the money, what I ended up doing was I withdrew my money to help my mom with some of the expenses that she was having, and that means that the money was all used up. So that's negative 6,414.64. I did take 1,000 rands to my personal savings just to boost my personal savings, and then that means that our ending balance is 0. My personal savings at the end of July were 2,880, and as of now they are 5,612. And how they became 5,612 is not because there is an amount that I contribute religiously, but rather because of the 1,000 rands that I contributed from here, I also contributed another 1,600, I believe, from my rent from the end of the month. If you did watch my budget, my September budget, you will know that I moved out at the end of September, and because I moved out of my place at the end of September, I did not pay rent. I used some of the money for moving costs and some of the stuff that were just involved with moving, and then I transferred 1,600 rands into my savings. Now, from this 5,600 rands, we are going to use quite a hefty amount for a deposit because I do plan on moving to a place of my own, because currently I am staying with my partner. So that gives us a change of 5,612 minus 280. That gives us so also the amounts are not rounded because these are in interest bearing accounts, like your savings accounts, and so this is just interest that has been accruing over some time. That means that we have added to it 2,731.84 cents. For a space of 3 months, that's not bad, but we're going to use majority of it anyway. For our January, we started off with 824, and currently we have 1,019. Oh, guys, just excuse my handwriting. I just want I want it to be big enough for you guys to see. So that means that we had a positive, and this I am no longer contributing to. I'll contribute to it again with my December paycheck. So when I do get paid, the amount that I will use for food, I will just put in a savings, and then when I come back from home in January, I will go and buy groceries. I started contributing for it because usually in January people are broke. I am people, and I didn't want to be one of those who was broke again next year. So what I did was I contributed around 100, 150, whatever I could. And when it got to 1,000 rand, I stopped contributing because I know with my December paycheck, I'll be contributing another 1,000 rands. And when we come back from our December holidays, I'll have 1,000 rands so that I can do my January groceries. I'll have 2,000 rand, sorry, to do my January groceries. And that will be helpful because usually with your January groceries, you buy more groceries than you generally do. And so that means that we had a positive change of 800. Oopsie. 1,119 minus 824, that gives us a positive change of 194 rands 46. So you will notice that initially my savings were in my Capitec account, some of them in my Standard Bank account, but I had opened up a Time Bank account, and because Time Bank can host all of my sinking funds and all of that, I decided to put all of them in my Time Bank. And when I was putting away my January money, I tried to put it in I was still trying to figure out how Time Bank works, and you guys can correct me in the comments, but I do think that once you have fixed an amount, you fix it, and you can't go back, you can't add to it anymore, because I tried to add to the 800 that I put in there, but I couldn't. So you'll see it's two separate amounts, and that's the only reason. The one matures on the 19th of November. So when it does mature on the 19th of November, I'm just going to put it in a goal save and not in a fixed account anymore, because we're going to use the money anymore. December. My December started off with 857 in July, and currently it is at 1,300. So 1,300 minus 800, and let's do this, 1,300 over here, and then plus 442 rands 17 cents. So that leaves us with a positive 442 rands. I am trying to build this December up quite rapidly. So it's just also with the amount of things that have been going on in my life, I have been unable to put as much money as I want to into December. But with my December paycheck, I think I'm going to put some more money. And so I think, what, just we'll see at the end of December, because I plan on doing these tracking videos once every 3 months, so quarterly. So we'll see at the end of December how much I had saved up by then. But right now I'm contributing 300 rand each month, and we'll see how much more we need to contribute in December. My partner's B-Day started off with 200 rand, and it ends with 1,700 rand in the bank, and some of it is in here. His B-Day started off with 200 rand in July. It has 1,700 rand in the bank. So this is 1,700 rand. If you look at my previous video, you'll know how it became 700 rand. So it's 1,000, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1,800 rand, 900 rand, 950, 990, no, sorry, 970, 990, another 1,000 rand. So we have what, about 2,700 rand in the bank. So we have 2,700 rand in the bank. minus the 200 that we had was a positive change of 2,500 rand. That brings our total to 2,700 rand. And then in beauty, on the 31st of July, we had 900 rand. I did slow down a little bit on beauty, and currently beauty has, it has 1,000 rands in my time bank. It has 2, 3, 4, 5, 1,500, 1,520, 1,540, 50, 60, 1,560. Yes, and that's what we have on our tracker. I am planning on getting a wig. I think I'm going to push it to Black Friday. I want to see if there will be any Black Friday specials, and then I'll see if I can buy myself a wig. Beauty is now 1,560. So 1,560 minus 900, that is a positive change of 620. So sorry, 660. So let's look at our starting, ending balance, and our movement. Our starting balance was 12,077 rand, right?
700. Listen properly.
12,077 rand 17 cents. Our movements hectic. Our movement was a positive 111 hectic. And I think the reason why it's so low is because of this negative 6,000, because life happened, guys. Life happened, all right? But we have a positive 101, and now our ending balance is 12,191. 12,191. So even though life has been happening, we didn't we'll see now with our debt whether we got into debt or not. But I think it's positive, the fact that, you know, it didn't go down, although we would like to see better progress in the coming future, right? So let me just put these away. Let's do our debt tracking now. So if you remember in July, when I first did my first video, the debt confession video, I did say that I started off with a debt of 101,281 rands, all right? And now when we spoke, or the last time I did a video on that, in that same video, I told you that my ending balance at the end of July, let me just put these together. My ending balance at the end of July was 82,153 rands. So 101, 280. Do those things. My ending balance was 82,153 rand 76 cents. That meant that we had paid off 19,128 rands 10 cents by the end of July. Then in August, we got, for the credit card, we got 350 rands 41 cents worth of interest added to our balance. So our balance began at 23,363 rands 76 cents. We had 350 rands worth of interest that was added to our balance, and there was 44 rand that I used from the credit card. And this is because I usually do not budget for my Google Play, but I have 29 rands worth of Google Play, right? But it doesn't go off when all my accounts go off, when all my expenses go off. It goes off like randomly during the month, and at the time there was no money in my bank. So what happened is that they were charging me for insufficient funds, and so I just decided to take 40 rands from my credit card and to pay it off. So I used 44 rands for the month of August. The minimum payment that the bank wanted me to pay was 711 rands 42 cents, right? And of the 711 rands, 350 was interest. So let's see, 711.42 minus 350.41. That would mean if I paid 700, only 361 would go off to paying this 23,000. So because I realized that the minimum payment was basically not doing anything to my balance, because of the minimum payment, only 300 rand was going towards the card and the other 350 was going towards the interest. I've decided to increase the amount that I pay. So I pay 1,300 rand because the aim is to pay 1,000 rands each month, and then I also include interest, which is 300 rand. Well, 350, but I just round it down to 300 rand. So I made a payment of 1,300, and that brought my balance to 22,458 rand 17 cents. My tuition was 58,000 in the beginning of August. I paid 1,000 rand, and it was 50. I paid 1,000 rand in August, and it ended up at 57,790. That brought our total to 80,248 rand 17 cents. In the month of September, they added 339 rands. So you see, my interest does go down, but it doesn't go down by much. I pay 1,000 rands towards the interest, and only 11 rand goes off of my interest, right? So they charged me interest of 339 rands this month, and I used up 389 rands 50 cents. In the month of September, this is where I had to go home for the funeral, and I was coming from my work trip. There was just a lot going on, so I ended up going into my credit card and using 389. The bank wanted me to pay 683, but in the month of September I paid more because obviously I had used up the card a little bit. So instead of paying my normal 1,300 rand, I paid 1,983 rands. And this is also because I was moving into my boyfriend's place, and my expenses weren't looking the same anymore. So because they weren't looking the same, I decided to just add a little more to it. And then my tuition, that brought my total balance at the beginning of October or the end of September to 21,203 rands for my credit card, and I paid 1,000 rands towards my tuition, which brought it down to 56,790 rands for the month of October. That means that our total that we are owing now is 77,993 rands 58 cents. So from here, where we used to owe 82,000 rands, we owe now 77,000 rands in total. That is a difference of 5,000 in 3 months. For a person who makes the kind of salary that I make and all of that, with the problems that I've had, I think that it is good that we haven't increased our debt, yet it has gone down. So yeah, let's see how much we have paid off, right? So it's 101, 281. So by the end of September, this means that we have paid a total of 23,288 rands 27 cents towards our debt. That means that we have paid a total of 22% or 22.99%. So 23% of our debt we have paid. So I'm feeling good about that. I think we did very well. I think though that we need to, or I need to become a little more serious about, just paying it off as quickly as I possibly can. We've come to the end of the video for today. Just wanted to remind you guys that, we are living in difficult times, guys. Yeah, it is difficult times, but I think we've got this as long as we keep going and just keep pushing. 22% of our debt paid, and I think we're not doing too bad. So if you like this, if you like these kind of videos, just click the like button, subscribe, comment down below, and remember to stay under budget. Bye.